Hello, this is Belinda Tucker here again to talk to you about reselling. And today I wanted to kind of continue on the last video I did. And even if you didn't see that video, it's fine. One of the things I talked about was how aesthetic sourcing and selling has really opened up the clothes market, especially for resellers, so that they don't always feel like they have to find these top brands because we can't always find them. But what we can find are the aesthetics, the types of aesthetics that are selling. So I wanted to go over four very popular types of aesthetics and show you what they look like and talk about them a little bit and tell you how to do research on them so that when you go out sourcing next time and you can't find Johnny Was and you can't find Mother and you can't find Eileen Fisher, guess what? You'll be able to find the aesthetics instead. And hopefully that'll help you fill your cart up a lot faster and you'll get some satisfaction out of it and it won't be such a difficult thing. I know for myself, there would be days when I'd go out sourcing and I'd get very aggravated because I couldn't find the top brands. And I thought, but I didn't want to sell, buy stuff just to sell it and have it sit in my closet forever. So I listened to a few YouTube videos and I started doing research on different types of aesthetics that people search by. I mean, some people are searching by Levi's, some people are searching by Ralph Lauren, but other people are searching by boho or preppy, preppy women's shirts or boho blouses or boho dresses. And then if you put those keywords in your listings for no name items, they may not have any brand, they may be unbranded, or they're a brand that's not typically thought of as a great brand, but you can put boho in there or preppy or log and look or cottage core. Those are the four I want to go over this time, and then next time we'll take on some more. But I think it's a wonderful thing that things have shifted. And as I mentioned on another video, Sheen and I think it's Temu, T-E-M-U, came like a storm into the American marketplace, the U.S. marketplace, and taught everyone, guess what? You don't have to have great brands. You don't even have to have super high quality. What you got to do is hit the trends hard. And they came into this marketplace and proved that because they did very well, got a huge amount of market share by selling on trend. And I don't know that that's what made people start thinking about it, or if someone just started thinking about it anyway because they thought, well, I can't find this brand, but I can find all these clothes that are on trend that are really nice that I think people will want to buy. And so that's the good news. And if you know a lot of people in their 20s and 30s, especially the girls who are buying a lot of clothes at that age, I know I was, and they, like when they get married, for instance, they don't go, to Lord & Taylor or to, high-end department stores to register like they used to. They might go to Crate and Barrel or Target. So I think the market has shifted. I'm not saying that people don't still like good brands and you don't want to shut that out. You want to learn those brands. And when you get lucky and you see one, you snatch it up because that brand will sell itself. But now I'm going to talk about keywords where you can go into any store, hopefully, and find a lot of items that match the keywords that are very popular right now. So the first thing I want to talk about is boho clothing. And the interesting thing I've noticed too is there's a lot of overlap with different kinds of clothes. I've sort of hung things all over the place so I can pull them up and show them to you. Unfortunately, I'm not very sophisticated in my ability to use the computer and make it so professional looking, but I can still get the information across, which is the main thing. Boho clothing, some perfect examples. And if you want to take notes, I certainly took notes when I watched a video similar to this. To get an idea about what it is, you can look up Magnolia Pearl and boho, and there'll be a ton of listings. You know, you could put Magnolia Pearl, which is a brand name. Of course, they're very hard to find. They're very expensive. If you find one, buy it. But I've never found one myself, and I've been doing this for 2 years, and I knew that name to look for. But what I'm saying is, I'm suggesting that you go online, and because I can show you a little bit, but you need to dig in yourself. Go online and search boho clothing on eBay or Poshmark or whatever. Boho women's tops, boho skirts, whatever you're interested in. And you'll start seeing and getting a feel for it. I mean, some of the brands that are really associated with boho are Magnolia Pearl and Johnny Was. Wow, there's a lot of Johnny Was. Now, those two brands are higher end and you can get a higher price for them, which is great. And if you find them, you need to snatch them up. But if you find things that look like that, it's just about as good. You may not make quite as much money, but you'll be able to find a lot more of them. Anthropologie is another one that has a lot of boho. Now, Anthropologie also has other things too, but they do seem to have a lot of boho clothes. So you might want to check them out. And Free People. And when you think of boho, it's kind of free-spirited and creative, artsy, romantic. A lot of the things, the keywords that I noticed that are paired with boho a lot of times when I was doing my research, and I did it a long time ago, but I refreshed before I came on for this video, is embroidered. Embroidered stuff seems to be big with boho. This I would definitely put boho and maybe another couple of keywords too, but this is definitely a boho feel, kind of artsy. You've got the crochet detail, which is big in boho, and tunics are big, sort of a flowy feel, not, you know, not tailored at all. So I would call this a boho, and this is some off-brand Crown and Ivy. So normally you wouldn't pick up Crown and Ivy because you can't get a lot for it. But if you use the right keywords with this, then you can get more for it. So this is one that I haven't listed yet, and I will list it using the word boho. So let me put this over here. Now, here's another one. And this actually kind of falls in two categories, I think. This is Saks Fifth Avenue. So it's a higher end brand. But you see all the great detail on the sleeves, the bell sleeves. Just have a lot of nice crochet. Plus, it's all flowy and asymmetrical at the bottom. You see. So this would be boho, or I think you could also use cottage core for this. Gypsy, festival. Those are, well, I don't know about festival, but I think, yeah, I could see someone wearing this to a festival. I usually, when I think of festival, I think of some brighter colors. But the lace and the hippie look, I mean, I was not quite old enough to be a hippie, but my older brother was a hippie, and I remember what he used to wear. And anyway, of course, he didn't wear clothes like this because this is a woman's blouse. But this has definitely got that vibe. Boho and hippie sort of seem the same to me. But I also would use cottage core for this because it's also breezy and light. And I could see someone at the beach. When I think of cottage core, I kind of think of beachy or country, you know, that type of thing. So let me put this one up. Okay, and here's another one that's kind of a little different than the last one, but it's the same kind of vibe. And you've got the whole gauzy thing going. And I think this is a St. John's Bay. So it's also not a brand that you would spend a lot of money on, but it's really very nice. And it's mostly cotton, but it's got some detail here, crochet here, and then the sleeves, and then it's kind of loose. So this is also, I would call boho or cottagecore. And we'll talk a bit about cottagecore later, but it's just that breezy look. I would wear this at the beach for sure because it's kind of loose, so you don't get too hot, and the breeze. Oh, it just, I have images of walking on the beach with a shirt like this. But also a little bit hippie though, and definitely embroidery seems boho to me. So, okay. Now I'm in Georgia, and in Georgia, like a lot of southeastern areas, preppy is kind of in, and especially for older people, like me. A lot of people like preppy clothes, though. It's a conservative area, and a lot of people wear preppy clothes, and it's very classic. And a lot of older women wear preppy clothes, I think, just because it's classic and it's timeless and you can keep them forever. And here's some examples. I'm going to show you some men's too, because I'm venturing into men's. This is a real basic. It's Joseph A. Bank, which is definitely a brand I associate with preppy. But it's also got these great patches on the elbow. But it's just a really nice blazer, very timeless, and made out of wool. But and it could be, just as easily a woman's blazer for that matter. But this is a man's blazer. But preppy is the timeless, classic look that you associate with kind of a country club look or an academia. I would definitely maybe use the word academia for this too, because of the patches and it's dark. Some of the brands that are associated with preppy are J. Crew, Lands' End, Brooks Brothers, LL Bean, Abercrombie and Fitch, Southern Tide, Lilly Pulitzer, Kate Spade, and Ralph Lauren for sure. J. Crew, did I say that? J. Crew, definitely. So those are some of the brands that are associated with preppy clothes. Tory Burch also. I don't know if I said that. Lacoste with a little alligator. So, it's everything from polo shirts to Oxford shoes, to blazers. Tennis skirts are in there, pickleball skirts too. I mean, I guess it's pretty much the same thing. Vest, colorful vest, a lot of leather, wool, and cotton. Argyle, oh boy, I always think of this as preppy. I think I actually wore this yesterday or day before. This is definitely a very preppy look. This is Banana Republic. Now, Banana Republic is a pretty good store brand. It's not a real high-end brand, but they do put out some nice clothes. And some of their clothes I would call kind of preppy. Like this is definitely preppy, very classic and timeless. Your grandfather might have had a sweater like this, or your grandmother might have had a sweater like this. Because this style's been around forever. And even though I know vegan clothes are in now and people are very environmentally conscious, a lot of people I would say preppy still like leather, time-tested leather. This is your classic leather coat / blazer. You can wear it on warmer days because it's not really lined or anything. And this is Coldwater Creek, not a high-end brand, but definitely I would put this in the preppy category. So you might want to do some research and look up, but I have a feeling almost everybody kind of gets what preppy is. And depending on where you live, it might make a lot of sense to consider buying preppy clothes because for one thing, they don't go out of style typically, and that's kind of nice. And those are things, whereas the young girls stuff go in and out so fast, you might buy them and not sell them before they're out of style. So that's the only negative thing about buying the super trendy stuff. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My nose is acting up. And this is a blouse. It's a Chico's. Now, I know a lot of people don't sell Chico's, but I have great luck with Chico's in my area. Now, this is definitely what I would call preppy. It's a no-iron classic shirt, blouse, button up. And this would be either preppy, and I would also call this coastal, maybe I would put that in the title, or cottagecore. I could see someone at the beach in a cottage wearing this because of the pretty pastel colors. So this could go either way. And there's so many things like that can kind of go either way. Okay, we'll go to the next thing. And I'm real comfortable with preppy because I like preppy. I wear preppy, and a lot of my friends wear preppy. And I've just been around for a long time, and preppy's always been in style. Um, Now, the next thing I want to show you is, yeah, cottage core, which I've been talking about. It's breezy, summery, and cottage core, it features floral prints, puff sleeves, comfortable flowing designs, smocked bodices, and they use a lot of pastels. So I picked this out. And this could also, I think, be boho, but there's a lot of embroidery on this, as you can see, but the color and the fact that it's kind of loose fitting and flowy really makes me think of cottage core, because I could see someone wearing this at the beach also because of the pretty color, light blue, the nice bell sleeves. It's very loose. And there again, I think boho would also, maybe I would probably put that in the keywords too. There's a lot of overlap. You'll see there's a lot of overlap in a lot of these clothes. And here's another one. And again, because it's pastel and very flowy, and I haven't pressed this yet, so forgive me, it's a little bit wrinkled, but this is Cacique, which I haven't heard of that brand. But it's oversized. It's a asymmetrical bottom. Got some lace detail up here, but I would definitely call this cottage core. I could definitely see someone at the beach wearing this, or just in a cottage, in, in the woods or whatever. Okay, and cottage core, just to give you an idea, some of the sizes that are associated with cottage core, are not sizes, but brands, are Christy Dawn, Reformation, ModCloth, Doan, Free People, and Laura Ashley. In fact, this looks like when I looked at this, I thought it looked like a Laura Ashley. It is not. It is a Sheridan Square woman, and it's a plus size. But you see it's got little flowers on it. And cottage core, a lot of times you think of little flowers and things on it. It's just a simple blouse. But if I haven't listed this one yet either. When I list it, I'll put cottage core on it because it's just got that breezy feeling to it, and it's light and airy. And I could definitely see someone wearing this at the beach or when they're gardening or something like that. Okay, and this is the last cottage core that I would say, and this one needs to be, it's still wrinkled too, but this is just a simple t-shirt, but because of the colors, I think it's very beachy looking and cottage core. So you might want to consider just looking up cottage core, and they tend to come in cotton and linen and wool. So, because there are winter cottage core too. I don't seem to have very many winter that I would call cottage core for myself as far as what I've got listed. And this is one that I'm learning right now, so forgive me for not knowing as much about log and look. It's not my style, although I kind of do like it, and I've seen some women that look great in it. I don't think of it with men as much, although there might be some artsy men that would wear it. But the log and look, and it's LAGENLOOK, log and look. It's a casual, oversized, layered look. And some of the loose fitting, unconventional, artsy, and some of the words I saw associated with it were boxy, gypsy, comfort, minimalist, very minimalist. You don't see the wild colors as much and that type of thing. You see simple colors, minimalist styles, and a lot of times oversized. Now, I thought this was a good log and look. See how long it is? It's a long tunic look. It's a basic blue, gray color, sort of on the plain side. And this is Kim and Cami, and I don't think this is a brand that's normally thought of as log and look, but all the brands tend to have a little bit of everything. And some of the brands they associate with log and look are Made Trade, Now, Outer Known, Thought, Reformation again, People Tree, Bowden, Toad and Company, Christy Dawn, and living crafts. And some of this stuff looks real simple, but it goes for a lot of money. So you might want to check this out and get a feel for it. And I actually think I'm going to start looking for it more. I think I probably have passed over a lot of them because I just probably thought they were so plain they wouldn't sell. But I think if they're a really good material, like linen, it seemed like there was a lot of linen in this style. I would call this kind of a login look. It's just a plain, oversized. In fact, this is mine. I was digging around trying to find a login look. I'm not going to list this, but see, it's just kind of big and blousy. And when I'm lazy and maybe I eat a big meal, I might put this on and just be really comfortable in it. But that's definitely got that, and it's gray. It's just kind of plain and blah. But if you get the right brand, they spend money on this stuff. They build it. They have layers, and like I said, they build a wardrobe. There are people that have nothing but this look, and you probably have met some. A lot of them are artsy, free spirits, kind of creative types. A lot of times it's kind of got a gypsy look to it. I would also call this kind of a login look blouse. It's a tunic. It's oversized for sure. And just the only thing that doesn't look quite login look is these buttons maybe, but I don't know. I mean, there's, a little bit of changing, but it's your basic black. So, and here's a layered type, something that's a little more wintry. This is like one of those interesting not blazer, but like a long jacket sweater made out of fur. It's real plain. And this is Won the Land, Won the Land. And so something like this that's kind of just a layer. It's definitely something you could layer over, anything really. I think that definitely qualifies. And one last thing for the login look. This is very just, it's kind of a pretty color. It's like a dark lavender, just shy of being a deep purple for sure. But it's oversized. It's simple. I think this is cotton, so it's a natural fabric. They like the natural fabrics. But this, I think, could be qualified. I could see someone wearing this with that little vest over it, and that would be definitely a login look. So I know I kind of went through this quickly. There are so many of these to go through, but these are 4 that I have started really leaning into with good results. I don't know, I haven't sold many with login look yet. That's my newest one that I'm trying to conquer and understand and embrace and buy. But the other 3 I really have sold using those names. So if you want to, on your next sourcing adventure, you should look into some of these. And in fact, what I would do and what I've done is to kind of bone up on it before I leave the house, look these up, look up and see, do some searching on eBay or Poshmark or whatever you're on with that keyword, and kind of familiarize yourself really well with what those clothes look like. And then when you go out sourcing, it won't be a bummer if you can't find the really top brands, because you can find these everywhere, these styles. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you on the next video where we'll go over 4 more styles or aesthetic styles for you to source with. Bye-bye.